Hi, and welcome to Fulton Street Beats. Got an update for you today. Roland VAD306. Owned it now for probably about 3 months. And my impressions of it is, well, it changed my mind on electronic kits for sure. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'm a traditional drummer. Built acoustic kits for a long time. And some really nice custom stuff. But having moved, having neighbors, I decided to try an electric kit. Now, I just didn't wake up one day and go, hey, I think I'm going to get an electric kit. I kind of stumbled into it because I visited my local music store. And after doing a little bit of research on some electric kits and looking online at how far they've came, or at least they appear to have come, I decided to try one at a music store. Now, the music store I went into had a little Roland kit that was really quite small. And I wasn't expecting much, but I tell you what, when I sit down behind the kit and I put the headphones on and I started playing on it, I got kind of lost in it and forgot that I was behind an electronic kit. And for me, that's what did it. I immediately started my search. Now, I started looking at the Elise, and then I ended up going with the Roland simply because of the great reviews on their triggers. Do I wish I went the other route? Well, I don't know because I haven't tried the Elise yet. I haven't tried it. So, am I happy with the VAD306? Extremely happy. I love the way it plays. I love the sound, but at the same time, I'm a bit unhappy because I'm a traditional drummer and I like deep toms, but I don't have a deep wallet. The only thing that really upsets me is, especially coming from a drum building background, is that while the triggers are amazing, cymbals, the electronics are really good, the module's nice, the shells, well, they're really, coming from a drum builder, they're garbage. Now, what do I mean by that? No, they're not going to fall apart on you or anything like that. And I guess we don't need acoustics out of them, for sure. But they're on par with like a Griffin snare you'd pick up off of eBay. And bearing edges, and when you take it, get into it, and as you can see, I did a custom wrap on these. And if you guys all... Side note for a second, if you go over to Fulton Street Beats 2, my backup channel, there's a whole video on how to do that, how to do this wrap for $16. 16 bucks. And the original is underneath, and it is protecting the original wrap that's already on it. But back to the toms. Really cheap, and really badly cut bearing edges. I don't know why they would even, I don't know. I don't understand the concept of the way they cut the bearing edges, to tell you the truth. I mean, they're that bad. I put them on a slab of granite, and I mean, it let so much daylight through. It was like opening a door. Of course, I'm being sarcastic, and I understand that you don't need them perfect with an electronic trigger, but there should be some quality that goes into it. So what you're really paying for when you get this kit is the electronics, and the electronics and the hardware. That's what you're paying for. So let's get that out of the way right now. And you're paying a lot. A lot. If you're expecting quality shells, quality hoops, even quality hardware on the drums, on the lugs, definitely not getting it. And I know there's a lot of electronic drum guys out there probably rolling their heads, but I'll tell you, as an acoustic drummer and a drum builder, the quality of these components does not meet any standards. They're not Yamaha qualities, Sonor quality, Ludwig quality, Gretsch quality, Pearl quality. They're not that quality. And they really, really overcharge for what you're getting. Now, I'm not putting down the brand because, like I said, they sound great. I get lost when I'm playing them, and they sound amazing. But now keep in mind, you have to buy your own hi-hat stand, which is quite pricey, your own throne, your own pedals. So you're not getting a complete kit. You're buying the electronics. Am I sorry I purchased the Roland kit? No, I'm not sorry because I do enjoy playing on it. And the reason I'm not sorry is because I can custom build myself some nice deep toms, cut some nice bearing edges, throw the electronics to all of these drums in, build myself a nice 18-inch kick, put some wood hoops on it instead of these plastic hoops, and pretty much do anything that I want to do with these electronics. I'm just limited to the tom sizes that I am stuck with. And that's okay, because they're triggers and that's fine. But I would prefer a thicker, fuller look, if you will. So I'm probably going to do that. So within the coming months, you'll probably see, and I'm going to do this over the course of time, so we'll probably start with a 10-inch tom, and I'll probably bring you guys along for the ride and show you what I'm doing. I'm going to build a 10-inch tom, and just throw the electronics in it. I'm limited to these hoops, so I kind of have to stick to the amount of lugs on the bass drum, and the amount, I guess I'm not, on the bass drum I'm not. On the bass drum I can pretty much go with anything I want. I just have to pick up hardware. But you'll see a deeper 18-inch kick, at least double the size that it is now in depth. And we'll probably go with a 10, 12, and possibly a 14. And there'll be a rack tom, of course, but that doesn't mean I can't turn this into a floor tom. I could do a floor tom and put the legs on it, I suppose. It's just not big enough for me to do that aesthetically. It might not look right. But who knows? Possibilities are endless. The module, fantastic. A lot of different sounds. Does everything I need it to do. And as you can see, I mounted it here between the tom and the hi-hat, because I really got sick of looking over here, and the hi-hat kind of overshadowed the module, where I was always having to look under the hi-hat to see my adjustments, and it really lacked a lot of light and what have you. So we have on this, and I haven't programmed any custom modes yet. I just haven't did it because what's in it's pretty decent, but it's got 60 different kits in it, and programmable up to 100. So 40 more kits you can program into it, custom kits if you want to. Recording is made easy. It's a breeze. You have 2 jacks on the back, and I'm running mine in stereo. It goes into an iRig and then goes into my recording device. But one thing I will make note of is red should always be right. On this one, to get a proper recording, I have to run the red into the mono jack, which is kind of weird, because even in the directions it says not to do that, but I get a better sound when I do. The factory recording settings, as far as music coming to it, I find is a good starting point, and you can adjust things up. If you're pulling music off from, or backtracks off of YouTube, it's really by guess, because it's hard to find that balance point. The factory balance point's pretty decent as long as you have a good source and it's recorded right off of YouTube, but a lot of these are not. For instance, I did a funk track yesterday, and it was a really groovy track, and I really, really liked it. I loved it. I wanted to record it, and I wanted to put it out there for you guys because it was just cool. And I couldn't use it. It was unusable because the track had unwanted bass distortion in it, not from the module, but from YouTube, and it was unusable. So that was, but that's not a fault of the Roland kit. The module itself works great. A lot of you out there know a lot more about these modules than I do, and I'll just be totally honest with you. I use this module to give me sound. Actually, I take that back. I have one custom kit in here, and it's set up like Bonham's kit. So I got a lot of echo on the bass drum and on the snare, and more of a John Bonham style kit for when I'm playing that kind of music. That's really the only custom kit I got on here. Other than that, the other 60 of them, I pretty much find what I need. Other than maybe when I'm on metal setting, if I had another cymbal, it would be great, because we always need a ride and we always need a crash, but it turns this one into a trash symbol, and I need another symbol if I'm going to do that. So I'll have to do some kind of expansion. And speaking of expansions, I think there's only one more place to expand on this module. So that's kind of a shame in the back, because what I would really like to do is add another tom and another symbol. But fantastic kit. It sounds amazing. It records nice. And I'm not sorry that I purchased it. I would like to try the Elise's kit. I would like to try that kit. And that does give you the extra tom and another symbol. And I think it was a little cheaper than this in the long run too. It might offer a little more features. But I'm happy with this. And it works nice. Roland makes really, really nice triggers. They're sensitive. The hi-hat responds like a hi-hat should. The snare drum responds nice. All the toms respond nice. The cymbals respond nice. The only problem with these cymbals, and this one is with your ride, is this bell. I find no matter what mode I'm in, if I'm just riding on the ride, when I use the bell, I really have to lay into that bell to get that bell tone. So if I just want to hear it and hit the bell, it don't ring the bell much. I have to really do and bang that bell to get the bell tone. That's really my only problem with the sound of the kit. But now that I know that, I guess I just do that, and now it's second nature. Bass drum, while a little confusing with the way they have the trigger in it, and that worries me. I'm like, because I've looked, what do I do if that wears out? If that pad wears out, what do I do? Because I don't know where I can pick up, maybe you guys out there do, where I can pick up another drum head, and something tells me if I had to replace, I'd have to replace the whole thing, and something tells me that's not gonna be cheap, because I see what Roland charges if you want a full tom for that tom. What is it, $400 or $500 for a tom? Oh, I want your tom, but I don't want your mesh head or your electronics. And that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, especially when you know you're getting a tom that's going to be made like shit as far as the wood goes and the hardware goes. Paying for another half depth that I can build for a few bucks, I'll be honest with you. So I'll probably end up building my own. But I do love the Roland kit. Just a 3-month update. No issues, no problems, no failures, nothing like that. We're going to do some experimentation too, because I'm new to the electronic drum kit world. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. It's all new to me, but we're going to be doing some experimentation with, and I've seen it's been done, but I really am not, I don't believe things unless I try them myself. So I'm probably going to grab some different style heads and try on these kits to see how the triggers respond with, I don't know, maybe a calf tone drum head, something like that. And I'm going to change some heads out on the front of the bass drum to give it some more visually appealing flair. And I think it looks pretty good now. I get a lot of compliments on it. Oh my God, what'd you do with, look, the color? I didn't know they made them that color. They don't. I did this. So, listen guys, if you want to see more updates on this kit in the future, make sure you hit that like button, share, subscribe. I'm going to be doing some really cool stuff with this and maybe give you guys some ideas. Go over to Fulton Street Beats 2. Scroll down through, you'll see it. How I wrapped this. And I did the entire kit for $16, a little over $20 with tax. The wrap I got off Amazon. It'll tell you what I did, what it actually is, and really how you can do it really easily. So, thanks a lot, guys. Once again, hit that like button, share, subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.